everybody? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. I'm doing this one solo today. Jay's pregame show, Jay's Digest pregame show. So just bear with me over here as I'm trying to get everything set up. I want to thank you all for joining, however many of you are in here right now. I'm just going to make sure this is working on my end over here. But I want to thank you all for the support that we've gotten over the course of the start of spring training. What's up, Fluffy? How's it going? So yeah, I'm going to be previewing today the Jays and Tigers and the Jays Phillies as well. So the Jays have a split squad going. First topic here, which is the lineup previews. And I'll just pop this up for you guys right here. We have the lineups right there. So the game that I'm really going to be paying attention to is the Tigers and the Jays. So George Springer is making his spring debut. Very, very big anticipated spring debut. Then you got Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Matt Chapman, Kevin Biggio, Danny Jansen, Kevin Kiermaier, Santiago Espinal, Zach Eden, I believe, and Chris Bassett also making his spring debut with the Toronto Blue Jays. And then in the other game, the Jays and Phillies, you got Whit Merrifield, Dalton Varsho, Spencer Horwitz, Aurelvis Martinez, Addison Barger, Nathan Lucas, who has been playing pretty well, Rob Brantley, Winton Bernard, Zach Britton, and Jose Barrios making his spring debut as well. So that's going to be interesting to see both those games. I'll be paying attention to them both. I'll have them both pulled up here. I'm doing well, Fluffy. How you doing? Thanks for joining, guys. Alec, I'm good. Alex, sorry. So yeah, if we look at this over here, the game that I'm really looking forward to, like I said, is the Tigers and the Blue Jays. George Springer, I'm excited to see him play. I'm excited to see Chris Bassett pitch as well. That's probably, that top four is probably what you're going to see a lot throughout the regular season, you know. We're going to see that quite a bit there. And Chris Bassett, I mean, I'm expecting him to do big things today. Do you know if Ricky T is with the team versus the Tigers or Phillies? I think he's pitching against the Tigers, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's going to be Ricky Tiedemann is scheduled to pitch against the Tigers, I believe. So we'll keep that in mind. I think it's either the Tigers against the Phillies. I think obviously Jose Barrios is going to start. He probably goes 2 innings. He's getting ready for the World Baseball Classic. So he's gonna pitch with some intent today, and hopefully he can get things started off on the right foot in spring. What game are you guys most looking forward to? That's what I'm curious to see. I'm definitely looking forward to the Tigers game there. I don't have the Tigers lineup or the Phillies lineup pulled up, but it is a home game for the Phillies, so I'm expecting Kyle Schwarber to be playing, as well as Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, all those main guys for the Philadelphia Phillies. So if we look at this is tough. This is tough for me here because I kind of want to watch both these teams go at it. You know, I want to see Dalton Varsho pick up his first hit of the spring. I want to see George Springer in action. Yeah, the games start at 1:05 Eastern Standard Time, Alex. So yeah, I'll be watching both. I'll have one pulled up on my laptop here, and I'll have the other one pulled up on the TV. WBC will be a good test for Barrios, get him ready for the season. I agree, and I think it's good that he'll be pitching in competitive games early on. You know, we know what he can do. He's been good his entire career, and he just had a really down year, and that stuff happens. You know, it's normal. It does happen, and hopefully he can bounce back. But I see no reason as to why he can't. He's just got to locate a little bit better. He left a lot of pitches over the middle of the plate. And hopefully he can get it started off on the right foot today against the Phillies. Hopefully Barrios shows us something good. He will. I think he will. Yeah, so the games are at 1:05. First pitch at 1:05 for the Phillies game, which you can probably catch on like a live stream or something somewhere else. And the Tigers game, it will be on Sportsnet. So, hey, Mike, how's it going? Yeah, I was not sure how this would go. I realize how hard it is now to take care of all the technical stuff that Nick does throughout the show, and I'm very thankful to have him by my side. You know, I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this by myself. I don't want to get accustomed to this, but I guess it's something we got to do, right? We got to get the videos out for you guys, and Nick couldn't make it for the start of the live stream, and we had a lot to talk about today, so I wanted to hop on here solo and just get you guys updated on what to look out for today. But yeah, I need Nick. I need Nick. He's my savior. You know, he does all the technical stuff, and he's just he's A1 with all of that. So I couldn't be more thankful for him. Get him competitive games early on in the year. Exactly. That's exactly what Jose Barrios needs. And I think the pitch clock is going to help him out a lot too. Similar to Yusei Kikuchi, when things weren't going right for him, he was just fighting himself in between pitches, and he was overthinking, and that's when you start to squeeze the ball. That's when you start to leave pitches over the middle. That's when you start to hang breaking balls, and that's exactly what Jose Barrios was doing. You know, some pitches he would look good, then other pitches would be right down the middle. So yeah, hopefully he can figure it out, and no better test than the WBC early on in March. Remember to drop a like. Exactly. I don't have the animations. I didn't want to fry my computer to a crisp. Nick usually takes care of all those animations, like the like spike and the super chat and all that. So I won't be having that today. Maybe for the next one, but I'm hoping I don't have to do another solo live stream here. Hey, Peter, keep up the great work. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we can get some more people in here just to have some more discussion about the game, what you guys are looking forward to. What are you hoping to see out of Barrios Bassett today? So Barrios, the main thing is obviously his stuff is there. You know, the movement is there, and I just want to see the location today. I want to see him have clean innings and just be able to face hitters, you know, not be afraid to throw his fastball inside, not be afraid to challenge them. And I'm excited. He pitched very well against the Phillies last year in the regular season. Now, whether that translates or not to the spring training, whether it matters or not, is even a question in itself. But I think he'll figure it out. I'm banking on a bounce-back season for Jose Barrios, and I expect nothing less than probably a 3.6 ERA out of him. I think that's reasonable. Congratulations to Alejandro Kirk on being a father. Did his wife give birth? I wasn't sure. I wasn't exactly sure. My girlfriend's gonna be really happy about that. Her favorite player is Alejandro Kirk, so I'm sure she's stalking his Instagram as we speak right now. What are you hoping? And out of Bassett, Mike, I'm hoping to see the same thing that we always see: just consistency, throwing strikes. You know, having quick innings, 1, 2, 3 innings. That's what Bassett is known for. He's an innings eater. He's not gonna go too deep in a spring training game. Maybe 2 innings max. So then we'll see how he does. But I'm expecting a Ross Stripling type season just over the course of 180 innings. Any concern about Varsho getting a quiet start? Do you think he'll take a while to get going generally? I do think he'll take a while to get going, and I mentioned it in one of our older videos that we got to give him time. Remember, Matt Chapman started off really, really slowly when he first got to the Toronto Blue Jays, and we got to keep in mind that, you know, this is him getting traded for the first time to a new team in a new division, in a new league, so it's not going to be a seamless transition for him. He's got a lot of expectation to deal with. You know, the Jays are expecting him to be that middle-of-the-order type bat, and I don't know if he's quite ready for that yet. You know, he's coming to a team with championship aspirations and expecting to be like a savior type of player. I don't think he's that type of guy yet. We still got him for 4 years, so it'll be interesting to see how he develops. But give him time. You know, let's not write him off after 5 spring training at bats. Any concern? Can't wait for Vladdy to hit another home run today. You think so? I hope so too. Great show. I watch you all the time. Thank you. Thank you, Wyman. I really appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you that are in here today. It's super fun. I have a blast doing this. And I can't wait for the actual regular season to start. I really think something special is coming up for the Blue Jays. Just jumping in, sorry if you already talked about this. How encouraged are you by Kikuchi's strong start? I was very encouraged by it, and I mentioned it in our post-game reaction video that I really think the pitch clock is going to help him out a lot. Now, why I say that is because similar to Jose Barrios, why I think it's going to help him out. He doesn't have time to think in between pitches. And, he had an average time, I believe, of 25 seconds in between pitches when runners were on base. And you can't do that anymore. So he's going to have to figure that out. And he looked to work quickly. He was kind of like toying with the pitch clock, kind of seeing how far he can take it. And I like Yusei Kikuchi when he's confident, when he's dialed in, but when he's overthinking in between pitches, it's just not good for him. And that's when he starts to hang pitches. That's when he starts to miss. That's when he starts to throw balls. So I was very encouraged by it, and I think it's going to help him a lot. The only pitcher that I think the pitch clock will hurt is Kevin Gausman. But I do think Yusei Kikuchi will really have a good season this year. Not like a Cy Young type season, not an all-star type season either, but like a high 3s to low 4s ERA is something that we could expect out of him. Do you think Vladdy hits another homer? Maybe. It's possible. It depends who's pitching. I know Zach Wheeler is pitching for the Phillies, so that'll be fun to watch. But he's not playing against the Phillies, playing against the Tigers. If Barger impresses in spring training, do you think he could make the team? Yes, I do think he can make the team, but I don't want him to make the team as a 13th man. I want him to get consistent playing time, so I don't want him to just be there sitting on the bench and getting sporadic playing time. I'd rather see him start every day in AAA and then be a full-time starter in 2024. New country as well, exactly, Fluffy Shark. Like that's that's just the way it goes. It's tough getting traded, especially for the first time. And Dalton Varsho will figure it out. No matter how his offense is going, his defense is going to be elite no matter where you put him. So you could bank on that from him, that's for sure. When's Brandon Belt playing? Brandon Belt typically eases himself into spring training. He got there a little bit late. He's also recovering from his knee surgery from last year. So I expect him to play a little bit later on in the spring. Not right away, but I expect to see him with a couple weeks left to go in spring training. The regular season feels so far away, just about a month left. Yeah, it does feel far away, but luckily we got the World Baseball Classic to tide us over, which Nick and I will definitely be covering in depth. So stay tuned for that. We'll be covering all the Blue Jays players that are playing in the Classic, as well as Team Canada. So stay tuned. Man, I can easily see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting a contract of 13 years, $500 million once he hits free agency. $500 million is a lot of money to give to a first baseman. I don't think he gets 500, but probably mid 300s, like 350, maybe even 400. I could see that. So that's very possible. Probably going to go a couple games this year. Yeah, me too. Nick and I were talking about going to opening day, but we got kind of caught up with our exam schedules. So I think I might be going in May against the Yankees and in June against the Padres. So that'll be a ton of fun. As you see the team, do you think they can finish first in their division? Right now, I have the Yankees winning the division right now. I don't doubt that the Blue Jays have what it takes to win the division, but I would give the slight edge to the New York Yankees right now just because I think their pitching is a little bit better. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Any major concerns about Kirk not joining the team yet? Will it hamper his start to the regular season? I don't think it'll hamper him. He's missing the World Baseball Classic, unfortunately, but congratulations to him for becoming a father. So, family comes first. I'm not concerned. He looks to be in good shape from all the pictures that I've seen circulating on social media. So, no, I'm not concerned. I think he won't miss a beat once he finally reintegrates himself into the lineup there. if Vladdy has an MVP season this year, 40 mil for 15 years would probably be what Vladdy will want if Ohtani gets 50 mil for 10 years at least. I don't know. I think it's still a ways away, probably in the off season. Vladdy's definitely looking to cash in, after an MVP type season. So I wouldn't be shocked if he does get quite a lot of money there. So let's look at the lineups once again for any of you that may have missed it. So against the Detroit Tigers, Springer batting first, leading off, DHing. Bo Bichette in the 2 spot, playing shortstop. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. playing first base and batting third. Matt Chapman playing third base, batting fourth. Cavan Biggio in right field. So he's getting rewarded after a pretty good outing. Went 2 for 2, ran really well on the base pass last time he was out there. So I'm glad to see him in the lineup, see if he can get a little bit more confidence under his belt. He's batting fifth. Danny Jansen, who has not picked up a hit in the spring yet, is batting sixth and catching. Kevin Kiermaier batting seventh in center field. Santiago Espinal, who I've been very impressed with in the spring, and Zach Eden in left field batting ninth. And Chris Bassett getting the start on the bump. I'm not sure who's pitching for Detroit, but I'm very excited to see Chris Bassett. And then just a few minutes away from that facility, we got the Phillies and we got the Blue Jays. So batting first, playing second base, Whit Merrifield. Batting second, that's interesting. Playing left field is Dalton Varsho, who could easily be playing center field, but I guess they're getting him ready for where he's mostly going to be playing in the regular season. So yeah, batting second in left field, Dalton Varsho. Batting third at first base, who's also been pretty good in the spring, Spencer Horwitz. Aurelvis Martinez batting fourth at shortstop. Addison Barger batting fifth at third base. Nathan Lucas DHing, batting sixth. Rob Brantley seventh, catching. Winton Bernard, who's been pretty good as well, in center field batting eighth. And Zach Britton in right field batting ninth. And Jose Barrios getting the start as well. So that'll be very interesting to see over there. Let me catch up on a couple of comments. Who are you most excited to watch in these 2 games over here? That's what I'm curious for. Phillies game going to be tough, facing Turner, Schwarber, JT, and Castellanos. Yes, that's going to be a tough one, but I think the big one is the home game, in which we'll probably see Ricky Tiedemann pitch and Wentz go. So Joey Wentz for Detroit. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good up-and-comer. Do you think the Jays might make a trade for a 4th outfielder before the season starts? I don't know before the season starts, because there's just so much depth on the team, and you don't necessarily need to pick up an outfielder to play left field. Like shortstops can play there, and I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so let's get into the second topic here, which is keys to the game. So my keys to the game here is just, first and foremost, it's we got to make sure that no one gets hurt in the spring. So that's the number one key in spring training. No injuries. That's what I want to see first and foremost. The second key to the game for me is just to see how the young guys do. So Ricky Tiedemann is expected to be out there. I'm sure Yasser Zulueta gets an inning in there as well. I was very impressed with Hayden Jenger and Hagen Danner the other day. And Addison Barger and Aurelvis Martinez are going to go in the other game. So I'm excited to see those 6 names in particular. I'll be keeping a close eye out for those 2 games. And then the third key to the game, I'd say, I don't know, just location from the pitchers. So Chris Bassett and Jose Barrios in particular, I want to see good location from those 2 guys. I want to see how they adjust to the new season, to the new pitch clock. That'll be interesting to see as well. I'm really high on Merrifield this season. I think he could have a big impact. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure. It just depends. The second base position is just loaded with depth. So whoever is playing well is going to get the majority of the time there, whether it be Cavan Biggio, whether it be Santiago Espinal, whether it be Whit Merrifield. And I think that's the way it should be. They're all pretty similar in talent, in what they can provide to you. So I think the best performer is probably going to play the most at that position. Jays should have kept Zimmer. Guy's a machine at the plate. Yeah, Bradley Zimmer. Never forget. Jay's legend. Put his number in the level of excellence. Totally agree with you on that one. For any of you guys that missed the lineup, I'm sure we have the same viewers over there. You could just take a look over there. Dodgers may need a shortstop now with Lux out for the season. Is he confirmed to be out for the season? Because I saw that he hurt his knee the other day. So I'm not sure if... Let me know if it is for the season. Yeah, the Dodgers definitely took a real step back this offseason, losing Trey Turner. They still got Mookie Betts. They still got Freddie Freeman. So I'm sure they'll be okay. But yeah, too bad about the Dodgers. They're a good team. Lost Cody Bellinger as well, who I'm excited to see how he does in Chicago with the Cubs. Retire the jersey. We should. What are your guys' keys to the game? So obviously I mentioned I want to see the young guys, which is Ricky Tiedemann, Aurelvis Martinez, Addison Barger, Yasver Zulueta, Hagen Danner, Hayden Jenger. So that's my first key to the game. Second key is no injuries. And then third key is location from the starting pitchers. So what are your guys' keys to the two games that we're going to see in around 25 minutes time? What do you make of all the front office and coaching additions? Seems like a lot of new people. I said it yesterday or a couple days ago on our live stream that this really reminds me of the 2019 Raptors season, in which they just went all in. When they made all the right moves player-wise, they made all the right moves coaching staff-wise. They brought in Phil Handy, who was there for 1 year, who was one of the best development coaches in the league. Now he's with the Lakers, working side by side with LeBron James. So they brought in a bunch of new faces to try and just make the most of that competitive window that they assembled for 1 year. And this really seems like what the Blue Jays are doing right now. And I'm just excited. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do this season. And it doesn't hurt, bringing in a guy like James Click, who won a World Series with the Houston Astros, who built up, dynasty-level franchise. You're bringing in Victor Martinez, who's a Hall of Fame switch-hitting talent, now to educate some of these young hitters that are coming up. Another one, Don Mattingly, played for those great Yankee teams, who was an MVP in the league, who was a Gold Glover at first base. It does not hurt to bring these guys in, and it could only do more good than it could harm you. So, yeah. Bad news for Rays. Glasnow going down, starting to look. How long is Glasnow going to be out for? I didn't even see that. 59 watching and only 15 likes. That's not sound math. So I agree, Matt. Shout out to Matthew Silver, one of our members. Yeah, he's right. Hit that like button. I don't have the graphic because Nick is not here. He's got all the animations. But I just wanted to get this going for you guys. Nick couldn't be here. So thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Jays are going to have more coaches and front office people than they do players soon. That's funny. Look, they're just making up roles as they go, like educational consultant or hitting consultant, stuff like that. But it's good to see all these big names joining the coaching staff and the front office. 6 to 8 weeks minimum. Wow, that's real tough for the Rays. Key to the game: have fun, make lots of friends. Sure, yeah, I guess that's what spring training is for. I want to see good at-bats from Kiermaier, even if he doesn't get hits. As long as he puts up good at-bats, I'll be encouraged. Yeah, I'm with you. He's going to be hitting in the bottom of the lineup this entire year. So, yeah, he's got to grind out at-bats and turn it over to the top of the lineup. Starting shortstop Gavin Lux tore the ACL in the right knee after stumbling on the base pass. Yeah, I saw that he hurt his knee the other day, but I wasn't sure how severe it was. But yeah, that's too bad that he's going to be out for the season. You never want to see that. Put Edwin on the roster. Oh man, I would love prime Edwin on this roster. That would be dirty. That would be nasty. Glasnow having MRI on his oblique to see how bad it is. That's too bad. I've always liked him as a pitcher. Do we know Edwin's role? I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think he's just going to be in an advisor role, if I'm not mistaken. Is Barger in the Detroit game lineup today? No. I'll pop it up one more time for you guys here. He's playing against Philadelphia. He's batting fifth, playing third base against Philly, facing Zach Wheeler. So that's going to be a good test for Addison Barger and some of the young guys in there. It's interesting that they're putting Aurelvis Martinez at shortstop instead of Barger. So I guess they're getting Barger ready for third base, because he is a better shortstop than Aurelvis. But I guess they're getting him ready for his inevitable 2024 campaign. Eddie could be DH against lefties. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're going to go into the next topic here, which is bold predictions. Now, my bold prediction, I got to give one for each game here. I'm going to go Jose Barrios goes 2 perfect innings, and he strikes out the side in both innings. So 2 innings, 6 strikeouts. That's my bold prediction for the Toronto Blue Jays against the Philadelphia Phillies game, which you'll see not on TV, but you could probably find on a stream if you want to check that out. And my bold prediction for the Detroit Tigers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. This is going to be tough here. Tigers and Blue Jays, bold prediction. Let me pop up the lineup one more time. They bat around in the first inning. That's my bold prediction for the Detroit Tigers against the Toronto Blue Jays. And George Springer leads it off with a home run. That's my bold prediction. I don't know how bold those really are. Give me your guys' bold predictions for both games in the comments section right there. In the live chat, drop your bold prediction. Let me know what you think of mine as well. Yeah. I haven't been this excited for a season since 2013. Then Jose Reyes happened. Yeah, I'm super excited. This is probably the deepest team that I've ever seen in my lifetime, barring maybe 2015 Toronto Blue Jays. So yeah. Dodgers will probably try to trade for Barger now. They need a shortstop. I don't think Barger is up for grabs in trade talks. I don't think so. Like, I'm sure there are other shortstops out there that they could trade for, but they do have Miguel Rojas, though. They got Miguel Rojas from the Marlins. Yeah, not sure if this is bold, but Merrifield gets on base and Varsho drives him home. Oh, Rashid, we're going to have to go a lot more bold than that. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's not very bold. Let me know your bold predictions in the live chat right now, and I'll let you know what I think of those. Dodgers will take a down year and bid for Chapman. That's possible. That's very possible. Yeah, I guess they're not too happy with with their current lineup right now. Their lineup's not great. I'm not very impressed with their lineup. Apart from Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Will Smith as well, then their lineup's nothing special. So it remains to be seen how good the Dodgers do, but they're always going to be in the mix. Is Tiedemann pitching in any of the games? I believe Ricky Tiedemann is going to be pitching against the Detroit Tigers. That is what I heard. I'm not sure if he's following. Right after Chris Bassett, but we'll see. SP man, here are the lineups for the 2 games. I'll pop them up for you right there. So as you can, just take a look at those while I read some comments over here. Tiedemann pitches 2 innings and strikes out all 6 batters he faces, and everyone says Kikuchi. That's funny. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Varsho 2 home runs from Brandon Coughlin. Brandon, that was my bold prediction from 2 days ago, and it did not happen. So hopefully you're right today. Hopefully we get off the schneid in the Varsho talks there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will add more than 10 home runs in these spring trainers. Interesting. So yeah, SP man, those are the 2 lineups that we will see for today. Expect to see everyone get into game action. What it tells me is that you need a lot of pitchers for those 2 games, and Ricky Tiedemann, he's in the building, and I expect him to get some pitches under his belt today. Probably just one inning out of Ricky Tiedemann. I wouldn't expect him to go two, but yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to have both games on simultaneously, so I do not miss a single Ricky Tiedemann pitch. Thank you to all 74 of you that are in here right now. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure how many likes we're at right now, but make sure to hit that like button, get a like spike in here. Matthew Moore, Addison Barger goes yard once again. I'd love to see that. He's got such a sweet swing, and it's violent too. He's a really exciting player. I'm excited to see all these guys in action. This is a dream of mine. 2 games at the same time, so when one is on commercial, I can watch the other one. When one team is hitting, I can watch the other. It's just great. It is great. Grand Slam in the Tigers game. Who's going to hit the Grand Slam? That's what I want to know. Vladdy going to the WBC, though, soon. That is true. That is true. I did not take that into account. So 10 home runs. It's probably a little unlikely for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the spring. Both games are not on Sportsnet. So the Tigers game is on Sportsnet because that's a Blue Jays home game, and you could probably find the Phillies versus Blue Jays on a some stream or something like that. He might hit 10 homers in the WBC. Hey, if he's firing on all cylinders, then I could definitely see it happening. That's for sure. He might hit 10. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to have one stream pulled up on my laptop for the Phillies game, and I'll have Sportsnet pulled up on my TV there. All right, so let's get into the final segment here, which is the Q&A. So I've been answering your questions throughout as I'm solo today. A reminder, Nick will be back for the post-game reaction videos. We're going to be doing a 2-in-1 type video. So, okay, Jesse, I like that prediction. I like that. Oh, no problem, Mike. I'm having a blast here. I'm having a blast bringing this to you guys. Hopefully Nick can be back for the next live stream, as it's a lot more fun having us go back and forth. But what was I saying just now? Oh, yes. It was Oh, I missed it. I had missed it. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, bold prediction: Chapman gets a hit with every at bat. Varsho looks better with every at bat, then hits a nuke. Barrios gets into trouble, gets pissed, fights out of it, doesn't give up a run. Okay, that's a pretty loaded bold prediction right there. Nice. I like it. So drop any questions that you guys have in the live chat there. I'll be wrapping up in about 5 minutes here. So thank you all for joining. Good luck today. Good luck to who? To the Blue Jays? Yes. Good luck to them. You're getting into the third topic. Is it the third topic? Is it? The bold predictions is the third topic. No, this is the fourth topic. Q&A. Peter, what are you in school for? Was it journalism? Close to... Yes, I'm in journalism at Concordia University in Montreal. Yeah, I have about a year left. I'll be done in around a year. I'm working at TSN 690 right now, the radio station in Montreal, the sports radio station. So that's been a lot of fun. That's why I'm kind of... this has been a lot of fun as well. You know, it's getting my foot in the door, doing as much as I can. And, yeah, it's just... it's been great. It just about like a year and a half ago, I was ready to give it up. You know, I was kind of discouraged about the whole thing. I couldn't find a job in the field, and then I found that, and it's been super cool. Quick question: do you watch hockey? Yeah, I watch pretty much every Habs game. I'm actually working the Habs game tonight at the TSN 690 studios. So tune into that if you want to listen on radio. If you don't have it in your local market, they're playing against the Ducks today. We're looking for bold predictions, not bummer predictions, my man. Hey, any prediction Any prediction, we'll take it. Unfortunately, I wouldn't want to see the Jays lose 7-0, but hey, it's just spring training. Doesn't really matter. Though I like that you were saying us losing is a bold prediction. That implies that the team is nothing but studs. That's true. That is true. That is true. You said Maple Leafs? No. I'm a Habs fan. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. I despise the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't despise. I think I hate the Bruins more than I hate the Leafs. I think. One quick thing, Peter. I wanted to thank you and Nick for helping me and lots of other Jays fans get through the offseason with all the content. You guys are the best. Wow, Brandon, that really means a lot. That really means a lot. We had a ton of fun, doing all this, and the ride's not over. We're gonna keep it going for as long as we desire to keep it going for, and yeah, it's just it's been a great ride. Hopefully, this the season goes well, and we'll go from there. But yeah, if the Jays win the World Series, then you will have endless content. I can guarantee you that. But it's been super fun, and luckily the Jays did make some moves. We weren't just talking about rumors the entire offseason, so that would have sucked. But they were very, very, very active throughout the offseason, and we were lucky to be home when they did make their moves, and we were lucky to be the first one on it and bring it to you guys firsthand. How's your French, Peter? My French is, I speak fluent French. Live in Quebec. You got to be able to speak French over here. So yeah, I speak French. I speak Greek as well. Habs fan, unsubscribed. I wouldn't blame you, Jeremy. There's a big rivalry that dates back years. But I am from Montreal, so I have no choice. I can't necessarily be a Leafs fan. I can, but then I'd probably get disowned by my parents. So I had to become a Habs fan. Sorry about that. Where in New Brunswick, yeah, I could see why it's split. You guys don't have a team for your own, and then everyone just kind of picks an allegiance early on, right? Can't be Canadian without hating the Bruins. You are right. You are right, Rashid. You are right. You ever bust out? Of course, all the time. I can't say it on here. This is a family-friendly show, but we do tend to get a little foul-mouthed in the Quebec culture. That I will agree with. Do you want the Expos back? Absolutely. They left town when I was 4 years old, so I never got to really be immersed in the Expos culture, but my dad was a big Expos fan, and once they left, he just became a Yankees fan. He started liking the team that he hated the most, and that's basically how he got back at the Expos, I guess. But yeah, I would love to see them back, but I don't know if I'd be able to give up on the Jays if they were to come back. I don't think they ever will. I think it's just a pipe dream now. They had the dream of the split season there, but that ended up getting shot down. So yeah, I don't think they'll ever come back, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I wish both Montreal and Vancouver had MLB teams. Yeah. Vancouver's got the Vancouver Canadians, which is an affiliate of the Jays, and Addison Barger was there for quite a while, so they got some good ball players down there that you could look out for. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. This was great. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. My laptop's not the greatest of quality, so I was able to get it off the ground. Hopefully we can get Nick back for the next live stream, because I missed him quite a bit, and it's not as fun when he's not here. But thank you all for tuning in, and enjoy the games. And I'll catch you guys for the post-game reaction video, in which Nick will be back for. So enjoy the games.